Hi students, this is your biology teacher. In earlier class, we have learnt about simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue under the title of tissues. The simple permanent tissue has divided into three groups. In earlier class, we have learnt about them. What are the three parts of the simple permanent tissue? The simple permanent tissue has parenchyma tissue, collenchyma tissue, sclerenchyma tissue, and as well as complex permanent tissue is also divided into two tissues. What are they? Phloem and xylem. Let us discuss about the simple permanent tissue. A simple permanent tissue. The simple permanent tissue has three parts. One is the parenchyma, another one is the collenchyma, another one is the sclerenchyma. Let us study about parenchyma tissues. The parenchyma tissues, look at this diagram here, and as well as here is there. This parenchyma tissues, once while observing this, in between the cells contain some intercellular space is there. Each and every cell has some cytoplasm, and around that cytoplasm cell wall and innerly nucleus. Each and every cell has nucleus. So these cells are considered living cells. All parenchyma cells are living cells. They have intercellular space, and mainly these cells are, what are these parenchyma cells are located all over the body parts, such as tender parts of the plant body. What are the tender parts of the plant body? All the leaves will be tender, stem is also tender, and root is also some areas tender. So flowers are also tender wherever the tender parts are there, because all these are the living cells. These cells are located all over the body parts, such as tender parts of the leaf, root, stem, flower, and fruit is also. Here we have to learn about functions of the parenchyma tissues. Parenchyma tissues are present all over the body, already I told you, and here internally they fill it with some protoplasm. What is the use of the protoplasm? Protoplasm is the life supporting material. In earlier class we have learnt about that. Protoplasm is a life supporting material. Even though the cells may be dead cells or living cells, to get the food material, even though they are the dead cells, they must be need some food material. They can absorb by the diffusion process or osmosis process. Maybe they are living or non-living. So even though these are living or dead cells, they must be need some amount of food material. That food is present inside the cytoplasm as a protoplasm. So these cells found in, already I told you, in different areas of the plant body. Mainly these are helping for exchange of the gases. What is meant by exchange of the gases? We know very well about. For the photosynthetic activity, they must be need carbon dioxide, and after the photosynthesis they should release some oxygen, some amount of oxygen into the environment. So required material obtained into the body part, and whatever do not needed to that body part, that should be expelled along with that body part. So this exchange of the gases should be done along with sclerenchyma tissues. So mainly photosynthetic activities should be happen along with wherever green parts are there. So tender stem is also can be done along with sclerenchyma, and another whatever may be there, all those functions should be done along with parenchyma tissues. Here look at that, and not only exchange of the gases, storage of the food material, while preparing food material along with the leaves, that food should be stored inside the body parts in the parenchyma tissues. Where is the parenchyma? The root. So the root has some food material, and the leaf has some food material, the fruit has some food material, the flower has some food material. Each and every part of the plant should be contain food material. So wherever the food is stored, that area contain only parenchyma tissues. So parenchyma tissues are helping for the exchange of gases and storage of food material. Not only that is storage of the food material, and also store some waste materials are also store some waste material. What are the waste material? The plant should secrete some waste material such as maybe that is gums. We know very well about gums. We are using in our daily life gums and resins, etc. We are using in our daily life. All those waste materials are stored inside the parenchyma tissues, helping for the exchange of gases and the storaging of food material and the storaging of waste material such as resins, renin, gums, etc. And mainly the parenchyma tissues are living cells. They have ability of the cell division to get the growth. We have studied in earlier class the growth is happened by the cell division. So while dividing cells from the pre-existing cell, the plant should get growth, the flower should get growth, the fruit should get growth, and each and every part should get growth. To get the growth, the parenchyma tissues continuously should get the cell division. So because all these are living cells, and not only that is, these are helping for the transportation of the food material. What is meant by transportation of the food material? While preparing food material along with the leaves, when the food is stored inside the parenchyma tissues, again this parenchyma tissue should be transported wherever this food should be needed in the plant part. So it is helping for the transportation is also, as well as storing of the food material, as well as synthesis of the food material, because all these are living cells. And not only, and also giving support to that plant, mechanical support to that plant, physical support to that plant. And not only that is, and assimilation of the food material, it is helping in the assimilation of the food material. So I think you have learned in 8th class assimilation while studying about the digestion in the small intestine. When the simple food material entered into the each and every cell, then again by the cellular respiration the food should be obtained each and every cell by the cellular respiration. As well as in the plant is also the food, when that food may be converted into simple substances, that food should be transported or obtained each and every cell by the assimilation process. So what are the major function of the parenchyma tissues? The parenchyma tissues are living cells. These are helping for the transportation of the food material. These are present all over the body parts such as the stem, leaf, root or nut. Each and every part has it wherever it is tender. And also storing the waste material such as gums, resin, renin, etc., latex, etc. And also helping for the exchange of the gases. So don't forget that exchange, because it has intercellular space. There is no thickened wall. All those are very thinly there, and also contain some space is there in between the two cells. So they have the intercellular space. What is the use of this intercellular space? This intercellular space helping for the exchange of gases, one cell to another cell to another cell, while getting or while expelling from the cell. So if the cell may be released some carbon dioxide after the respiration, that carbon dioxide should be sent out into the intercellular space, from intercellular space to another, and finally that should be sent out along with plasma membrane. So that entire process should be done along with parenchyma tissues. Later look at this sclerenchyma tissue. What is that? Is sclerenchyma. So sclerenchyma tissues are supportive tissues mainly. All these are dead cells. These are not a living cells. That's why they can give the support to the plant part. Whatever the plant parts, maybe the nut, mainly these are present outer portion of the plant body. Outer portion of the, we know the outer portion is covered with bark. So they have the sclerenchyma tissues covered inside the bark. So protection, and also some living cells are there in that those cells can be do photosynthetic activities also. Mainly these are very thick wall. We know cell wall is very thick membrane because it has one kind of protein is there, that is lignin. What is that is? Protein lignin is there. That's why the outer membrane of the cell wall. So don't forget that this membrane is present. What are the sclerenchyma membrane is present all over the outer membrane of the cell, not only outer membrane of the stem, outer membrane of the leaf, outer membrane of the bark. Innerly cells are there, each and every cell enclosed with sclerenchyma. So that is the protective to give the stiffness to that cell of the inner or outer cells. So they mainly they laid along with lignin. So lignin is a lignin, and along with lignin they have some protein is also there. So these helping for the support and conduction of different kind of materials are also. Mainly these are found in stems, roots, leaves, seeds, etc., etc. Later we have to discuss about sclerenchyma, collenchyma. Another one is collenchyma. Look at this. Collenchyma is there here. Collenchyma. So these collenchyma tissues are also present in the living cells list. All those cells are living. Mainly these cells are closely packed each other. There is no much intercellular space to get the exchange of the material. Only the exchange of the material should be done along with parenchyma tissues. Here even though the collenchyma tissues are living cells, they should not participate in the exchange of the food gases and exchange of the another. These are also contain thick membrane around the cell, and also contain nucleus is there, and the entire cytoplasm filled with protoplasm. What is there? We have learned about the protoplasm. Protoplasm is a life supporting material. So this collenchyma is giving the support to that plant, not only support to that plant, and also helping for the manufacturing of photosynthetic material. Mainly this collenchyma present beneath of the epidermis. Where is there collenchyma? Collenchyma present beneath of the epidermis. What is epidermis? Epidermis is the outer membrane of the plant pot. And beneath of the epidermis contain dermis is there. In between the epidermis and dermis, this membrane is there. What is this? Collenchyma membrane is there. This collenchyma membrane is also living cells. Totally these can manufacture photosynthetic activities because they contain some chloroplasts. What are they? They have some chloroplasts. So these chloroplasts we know very well. In earlier class we have learnt about that the chloroplast can trap the sunlight, carbon dioxide and everything to do the photosynthetic activities. While preparing the food material, this prepared food should be stored in the parenchyma. Earlierly we have learnt about that the parenchyma is a storage tissue of the food material and waste material. While preparing some food material along with the collenchyma, because they have some chloroplasts, corner of the each and every cell contain extra cellulose is there. What is there? Extra cellulose than the parenchyma. The parenchyma is also can prepare the food material by the photosynthetic process, but here the collenchyma is also contains some extra cellulose in the corners of the each and every cell. So while preparing some amount of the food material along with the collenchyma, this should be stored in the different parts of the parenchyma tissues. So mainly what is the major function of the collenchyma tissue? The collenchyma tissues giving support and also manufacturing sugars or starch and another material. Later we have to learn about the study of stem. Look at this study of stem. So the every part of the plant should be contain stem. Maybe that is very being as a twig or another or a log or whatever maybe that is, it should be considered a stem. Here some are tender stems are there and some are hard stems are there. So when we have observed the stem of a TS of a stem, we can find different kind of parts inside the plant. Here not only stem, leaf, when we have observed the leaf, when we have observed the fruit, when we have observed the root, when we have observed the stem, each and every part contain different kind of tissues are there. What are the different kind of tissues present each and every part of the plant? So previously we learned about that what are simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Again, the simple permanent tissue contain parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, and complex permanent tissue contain xylem and phloem. Along with all this, outer portion of the stem, outer portion of the leaf contain epidermis is there. Epidermis. Later we will learn about the epidermis. Thank you.